Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jeff coming at you with another Mindset Monday. And today I want to talk about the concept of how bad do you want to win? And so, what really inspired this concept and me bringing it to you on this Mindset Monday is that I see that a lot of people, and I've been in this cycle before as well, they focus a lot on fear and worry. And I know that that drains people's energy as it used to drain mine much more than it does now. And I've heard the statistic that, 2% of our, only 2% of our fears ever come true. So I don't know how they could possibly gauge that. But if you take that as just sort of a guideline, there's a lot of wasted energy on fear and worry. And so if you haven't done a lot of self introspection or self awareness exercises or journaling or anything like that, I would highly recommend that you try this is throughout your day, just notice, what are you thinking about throughout your day? Are you focused? When are you focused? When are you most focused? When are you less focused? And what are those things that you're getting distracted by? Are they thoughts around or fears, worries around, are you going to get your GMBs live? Or maybe it's something to do with a relationship in your life, or is it finances? Are you going to be able to pay the bills? Like whatever those things are, take note of them and start to realize where you're sending your energy, because this is actually your desire. If you're sending all of your energy towards these worries and these fears, then you, number one, you won't have enough energy left to really harness and move farther, faster towards the desires that you really want. But you're actually going to make some of those other things, those negative things that you're afraid of, are actually going to come true, because that's where you're putting your energy. So doing this sort of accounting over a little bit of time, if you just did it for a couple of days, I think you would notice some patterns there. And really, it's about breaking these patterns. So if you're going to move closer to the things that you desire, you're going to have to ask yourself, well, what are you willing to give up to get there? It's going to be a trade-off, and it's going to be trading off these fears and worries for more focus, determination, and concentration towards these goals that you have for yourself and the desires that you have for yourself. And I've talked a little bit about these, getting more clarity around these things in past Mindset Mondays. And, I really believe that that's the most powerful thing that you can do, is to gain that extreme clarity, because then it becomes a real visceral kind of equation when you see the things on one side of that piece of paper of what you want to bring forth, and the things on the other side of the piece of paper, the things where you're actually putting your energy. And the only way you're going to change that is when those things that you're putting your energy in today becomes too painful in comparison to the things that you want to bring forth. So as that pain increases, and noticing and awareness is huge in this regard, because if you don't have that clarity, you don't have that noticing and awareness of it, you're never going to feel the pain that's required to get you to change your behaviors, get you to change your thought patterns towards the things that are going to help you bring forth the things that you actually desire. So this is really what it's all about for me. I know in the past that I have been more focused in the past on fear and worry, and I had a lot of things that went on in my head, and I believe it has a lot to do with brain chemistry. And you're really just sending all of these different chemicals, chemical cocktails in your brain, through your system, and reacting to different stimulus in your environment. So that if you have a fear pattern, maybe you get a bill in the mail. This is the way I used to be. I get a bill in the mail, and I'd fear viscerally. I'd feel the fear viscerally in my system, and that was a pattern. So eventually I just stopped getting the mail. I honestly just stopped going out and getting the mail. My daughter started to go out and get it for me, and then I wouldn't even open the letters, because I would know, oh, there's a bill in there. So what I would do is I would just pay it online, and sometimes I would overpay just to make sure that I had, not only the bill paid, but that I didn't even have to look at that number. And that's kind of how I repatterned myself, so that these things weren't spinning me out psychologically. If I would, in the middle of the day, while I'm trying to focus on working and following the path to create the life that I want for myself, all of a sudden the mailman comes and I go and get the mail and there's, 5 bills in there. Well, that throws me off. So I really consciously started repatterning and finding other ways to get those bills paid where it didn't spin me out. And now I can get a bill, no big deal, right? And I just have a different process around that, I have a different thought process around that that allows me to do it without getting into this fear of financial lack, right? Because I'm in a more abundant mindset now, and that abundance shows up in my reality. So the trade-off here is that you want to trade your fear and worry for more focus, concentration, and determination towards your desires. So again, awareness is the main way that you can do this, and taking an inventory of your thought processes is going to be a really, revealing thing for you in creating that and understanding how your thoughts are being used, because your thoughts are just energy. They're just energetic patterns coming through your system. So if you free up that energy, then you can use that energy more for to direct it towards the desires that you have, and not get spun out on these fears and worries that are not serving you. They're not getting you anywhere. And most of these fears and worries are ultimately never going to come true anyway. So how bad do you want to win? Do you want to win bad enough to where you're willing to go through the process of reprogramming yourself and reanalyzing what it is you really want, getting very clear on what you really want, and then realizing the patterns that you're currently running and trading off those patterns for new patterns that are going to get you the kind of momentum towards the actions that you need to take to bring those desires into reality? That's the question. How bad do you want to win? Ask yourself that question this week. I look forward to hearing your comments in the comment section, and I will see you on the next one. Good luck. Peace.